so hot already. Like, this room is so warm when it's summertime. Oh my god, it's so warm. But hi guys, welcome back to the webisodes and the rental renovation vlogs. Bit of housekeeping while we're here. My name is Elle, if this is your first ever video of mine that you're watching. I'm an interiors and lifestyle content creator and YouTuber, and this is my channel where we talk about all things lifestyle, mainly interiors and rental renovations. If you are wondering what that noise is, it is torrential downpour right now here in the UK for July. It's quite annoying, and yeah, this is the attic room of our house and it is very loud in here. The final thing is, you may hear some whining and some scratching and stuff like that. That is my 21-month-old border collie puppy. He is desperate to get up here because he can hear me talking and wants to know what's going on, but he can't get up here because he's scared of the stairs, and also there's stuff on the stairs that he can't get around for on purpose reasons, so that he can't get up here, because when he gets stuck it's a bit difficult to get him back down again. So this is what we're dealing with at the moment, the chaos of this. But I am desperate to get started on this space because I really want to get this project moving forward, and yeah, now is the time to do so. So we're in the attic room of our house. For anyone new here or people who have no idea what my house layout is, we are an in-between terrace home, a Victorian terrace here in the UK. It's very much a 2 up 2 down, so there's 2 rooms on the top, on the ground floor, 2 rooms on the first floor, the attic space, which is just one big room which we're in now, and then underneath the ground floor is our cellar basement area. I'll link every video that may be related, or just the playlist that you may be interested in, but that kind of explains to you where we are now when it comes to rental renovations, which yes, we are renovating / makeovering our rental home, because yeah, I want to, and that's it on it. Today we're working on and beginning the home office makeover. So this room, as I mentioned, is the attic. It used to be my home office way back when, at the start of the pandemic, when we all had to work from home. This became my space. It's an interesting space. It's never really quite worked, and we've always just kind of used it as a dumping ground, as I'm about to show you. But yeah, it's just always been that kind of space. It was all right up here, but it got a bit lonely being at the top of the house and stuff, and it was a very weird time, let's just face it. So eventually I moved downstairs into the living room. If you've been watching any recent websites, you'll know that the living room has completely changed dramatically kind of over the last couple of weeks or so, and now is a really nice relaxing space. I have a new job. And now I predominantly work from home. I have like 1 or 2 days in the office, and I desperately need a setup, because at the moment I'm working on my laptop on the living room floor or on the sofa, and as much as that's a comfy place to be, I really need a desk space. I need 2 monitors. Again, I'm missing the 2 monitor situation, so we need to get this room somewhat workable for now, which is mainly the kind of point of this video and this kind of session up here. It's not going to look pretty anytime soon. It's going to be a very long project, but it's going to be very rewarding towards the end of it. But yeah, today is a very much clean out well, not clean it out, but get rid of the stuff that we intended to throw, which is everything behind me, and actually get rid of it. Like, take it to the recycling centre and get rid of it. Look at the situation that we have and sort of spatial plan what we want to do and where everything should go, and then sort of make a list of how we're going to tackle everything. And pretty much what I'm going to do is just kind of tell you guys, get it all off my chest, off my head, and yeah, kind of commit to where we're going with everything. I don't think this project will take too long really, but it will be a very long series that I will be kind of sharing with you guys just as we kind of go along with everything, because of the way I schedule videos, which is every other week, because I do have a full-time job and it's just too much to go out every single week. It's just a lot, and also there will be kind of starting points in terms of, obviously we've got our holiday coming up, so that would be one that will kind of pause on everything like that. And if anything else comes up in the meantime that I think we should kind of prioritize first, we'll certainly be doing that. But I'm feeling really good about this project. It's been long overdue. When I first kind of organised this room, which was back at the beginning of this year, I'll link to that video down below. I went through every single room in my house and completely deep cleaned and organised, and it makes me sad because it feels like this room's just gone back to kind of like the starting position. But I was very much kind of ruthless with it, and when I was up here I was really imagining what this space could be. For a long time we potentially thought this room could become the primary suite, and we turned our current room, you know, where we sleep, into that space. But I think we really had a discussion about it, and realistically we need this space up here to be like the home office, a place where, you know, Lee can kind of come play on a PlayStation while I'm watching TV downstairs, or vice versa, and also just potentially a guest room of some sort, because that's really kind of stopped anyone really being able to stay over, is because we've had nowhere to, you know, for people to sleep. So that is kind of the idea with everything. So I have everything kind of piled up behind me at the moment in terms of like things we need to kind of take to the recycling centre and get rid of. I also need to just kind of sweep the room. It's really hard because I can't really move anything anywhere. Like I can't put this in another room as such and have a blank space. I'm very much going to be working in quadrants and stuff like that, and I'm going to be very backwards with the way I work, because there's certain things I'll do first before I move on to that project, if that makes sense. It's going to be a bit of a mishmash of things, but I think it'll be a good project. It's going to be very cathartic, and it's going to be great when I'm up here and everything looks gorgeous and whatnot. So I think I'm just literally going to sweep around the room. A lot of the room is already kind of organised in terms of stuff that we are keeping at niche storage is over there. Mishmash things need to be getting rid of, but things have migrated. This room is very much dump it on the stairs situation, so it's kind of taking everything upstairs and then organising it, and it's just not happened. And I've done some DIY projects up here that have never made it to the channel because they didn't turn out right. So they're kind of needing to get sorted. All the travel stuff is just spewed everywhere. You'll see it in a bit, but yeah, it's a shame because we were really good at tidying and then it all went a bit tits, realistically. But no, this is the time to kind of get back on it and really get this place sorted and make this feel like a really, really nice, incredible room to be in. So I'm going to set you guys up on a time lapse. It has stopped raining, so we may be able to take some stuff downstairs and maybe go to the tip today. I think, sorry, the recycling centre, sometimes in the UK we call it the tip. But our place is actually a recycling centre with like one general waste bin or something like that. But yeah, I think maybe I should be able to take maybe one load, and if not I can get Lee to help me like kind of pack up the car, and then first thing in the morning I'll go out there and take everything down and stuff like that. But yeah, I really want to kind of clear everything that we're not keeping out of this room, like really get rid of it. So that is the plan. So let me stop rambling on, let me get you set up, and let's get some decluttering happening in here. Hopefully this little time lapse will be very therapeutic for you guys, but I'm already stressing. If you can't tell, I am really not looking forward to starting this. Okay guys, it is the next day. I am so hot right now. This room is very much warming up, hence why I've got the fan on in the background, if you can hear that noise. So that is literally UK's answer to aircon, is a desktop fan. But apologies for how abruptly the video ended yesterday. I was just completely out of it, like absolutely delirious. It was just so warm, and going up and down and doing everything was just like too much. So I very much, once I'd gone to the recycling centre, just passed out. I was like, nope, not doing that anymore today. I'm back up here and I've given everything a good hoover and a clean up, and as you can see, I've set up my desk situation at the moment. This is just a desk that we've had up here, like Lee originally requested it to do some work, and then it very much became a dumping ground after a couple of months. The chair is my pride and joy right now. It is a Facebook Marketplace line that I picked up about a year ago. It was 20 quid and I saw it and I went, there is no way I am saying no to that. Like, don't even have plans for a home office yet, but there is a 100% chance that I'm grabbing that chair, because 20 quid for that is just too fabulous. Like, those go for like hundreds of pounds online, so the fact that I got one for 20 quid, I'm very, very happy. I've set up the desk already, if you can kind of see, with like my laptop stand, because you know Op Health says you need to raise your laptop. And pulled out some other bits like my mouse pad that I found randomly. I was like, oh, that'll do. And then obviously I've got like my keyboards and stuff downstairs in a box. I definitely need to get another monitor up here, but that is something that I'm just gonna have to order off Amazon sometime today or tomorrow. But so far I'm good to go in terms of that. The room is set up, at least this side, for me to do work from my next work at home day, which will be Tuesday. Also in the background is this bad boy, if you hear that go off. It's an air purifier. I turned it on and oh my god, I'm so glad I did, because the air quality was 40% in here. It's now up to like 80, so it's slowly getting there, so definitely will be keeping that out. Just, I think it's getting rid of all the dust and everything like that and whatnot. I've sat here, I've tried to do this intro, by the way. This is like the third time of me doing this intro, just basically because like I am quite overwhelmed with this space. To be perfectly honest, there is a lot to do in this room. It doesn't feel like a lot, but I think because of just like the sheer amount of stuff that is like out the corner of my eye to the left of me, it feels like there is a lot in this room, and I just do not know where to start. I do not know where to go with everything. So I think kind of rambling on, which may bore some of you guys, and if you do turn off, I totally respect it, but I think maybe just getting my thought process out as to what I want in here will just help me be grounded a bit more and kind of know where I'm going with everything. It's difficult because this is the first time I'm doing a room makeover where I don't have like a clue of what I'm doing. I have a general idea, but I don't have anything concrete. And normally when I do room makeovers, I have everything exact in mind. I know where I'm going, what I'm doing with everything, and this is the first time I don't. And it's really weird and scary, but we're gonna get through it. I'm sure it's gonna be fine at the end of it. I'm gonna be like, what were you even worrying about? But yeah, this is the first time, no plan, and I don't have a blank space to work with, because there's literally nowhere I can put this stuff. Like, there's nowhere in the home that I can put it to one side. So yeah, that's kind of what we're working with. So let me talk you through like my inspo for this space, which is basically Gentlewoman's office. I'll put some inspo pictures up here and stuff like that, but I am very much looking at like a nice moody kind of room. This room has a Velux window to the left of me, which is south facing, so it gets a lot of great light, particularly if it's nice and sunny up here. So this room can take something bold because it is so light in here. I don't particularly want to keep this room cream, which is basically what this colour is. I think I want to give it a colour. Now I'm kind of leaning two ways. I don't know whether or not I want to wallpaper this entire room, which is very much inspired by Tam Francis' walk-in wardrobe in his Utah home. If you haven't seen that AD home tour, please go check it out, because it is such a gorgeous home. But his walk-in wardrobe is tinted basically by this kind of striped fabric wallpaper, and it's like the ceilings and the sides are completely covered in this fabric, and it looks incredible. And I definitely want to do something similar to that. Now I don't know if I want to do like a wallpaper, like a check, to kind of enhance everything and give that kind of cozy vibe feel, or if I want to do like a cladding, wood cladding situation, like wood paneling. Now if I was to do wood paneling with wood, we would be in the hundreds, if not close to 1,000 with like how much wood we'd need for this space. Like there'd be so much of it. But my local DIY store has this actual like wood cladding wallpaper. It's like textured wallpaper, but it's in like a wood clad, and I'm thinking that could be something that we could do in here that would give me that effect of a wood clad room without the cost. And then we could paint it a colour. Now kind of naturally I'm leaning towards maybe doing like a green, a forest green, or maybe just a shade lighter than a forest green, but I have a feeling that green is becoming the new grey in homes. Like people are just overusing it so much, and I think it's becoming the new grey, and I personally hate a grey home. Like if that's your vibe, I totally respect that, but for me I just think it's people trying to be modern, but it doesn't look modern anymore. It looks dated because of how much people are using it, and I'm afraid that like sage green in particular is going that way. Like it's going to become that new neutral that's then gonna really date things very, very quickly. So I'm kind of wanting to go against that, and I don't know whether or not I would do something like a blue in here, or I'm thinking possibly like, and this is crazy for me, but like a burgundy. If you haven't seen my laundry room makeover, I'll link that down below, but I did like a kind of little cubby hole situation to go at the side of our washing machine, and I painted that in really nice burgundy red, including sort of the screening that covers our boiler. And I quite like that colour. I think it's really rich, and it's very kind of like heritage-y, which is very much the feel of I want in this space. It's very, very bold though, and I'm wondering if it's like maybe I can use it in maybe bits of colour, or do I just kind of take the plunge and do the whole room in that colour. Like I said, I'm in very two different minds about the situation. Let me know in the comments below which way you're leaning. In terms of kind of like setup and stuff like that, I think in terms of like how we're going to attack this, there's kind of a few things that I need to do, like housekeeping wise. There's like cobwebs that I need to get rid of. There's definitely a few little bits and bobs that I need to do on things like the beams and the walls, like prep wise, in order to get them ready to do that. So I've still got plenty of time. And then I think when it comes to actually making over this room, I'm just going to have to work in quadrants. So it's very much like, I think the desk space will probably be left to last, because I need to kind of get the clutter and the storage stuff hidden first. So I'll probably be moving from that side of the room around in like a little 360 circle situation. So let me get up, let me talk you through the space and kind of give you a rundown of what I'm feeling. Ooh, there's nice sun coming out now. So yeah, let me kind of talk you through the situation, what I'm thinking, but very much needing your guys' help with some of like helps and suggestions with some of the stuff. Okay, so this is the stairwell upwards into the space. This is the door that kind of sits next to the railing near the stairs. It's like the door immediately next door to our bedroom. So if you've ever seen that in pictures and wondered what that room it goes to, it's this space here. So we have this like situation here, and then this nice big massive wall upwards. So I do think like doing something like a wallpaper or a colour when you open that door initially and see that kind of pop from a very nice neutral like hallway to this, I think will be quite dramatic and nice. You come up these very, very narrow, tall steps, like they're very steep, like I struggle with them with my little legs. And then you come up to this situation here. So this is the room stretching across the house. You've got the two eaves either side and two beams that are not parallel to each other, which bugs my brain completely. Like, why would you leave a gap like that there between the walls? I do not know. This room, by the way, is the epitome of just, this is a rental home, with how much like people just not been asked with this home over the years, and it makes me angry because I just think if you'd just given it a bit of TLC, this room could be amazing. Immediately on the stairs, so it curves up here, but we do have this like landing space here with like a radiator and eaves access. These two things are not being thrown, I've just put them to one side because they're bulky, but that bag is a rubbish bag that is beginning to do its thing. And we're thinking here, some just sort of behind the scenes look, but because this space, I mean, you can't really put anything here because you might, you know, if you put a chair here, you might accidentally fall backwards and stuff. So we're thinking of using this space as where we're going to put our drying rack. We obviously don't have any space to put it kind of permanently like a laundry room as such, and in the wintertime we desperately need it, and we're thinking with it being next to the radiator it'd be good space just to have like the drying rack here and drying clothes. Plus, because of how warm this room gets, we think it'd be a great situation in terms of like having it and drying really quickly, particularly things like bedding and stuff, especially if I'm not in this space. I feel like it's going to annoy me when I am working, but this is the life we have to live, and currently right now the drying rack is in our living room, and I think it'd be better used up here. So the things I should point out are things like the beams. These beams have had no treatment since I've been here, and they are very much needing some TLC. So I think one of the things we will do, probably as one of the last things we'll do, or maybe one of the first actually, so we get the messy bit over and done with, is these beams need sanding down and giving some TLC with some oil. I think turning them quite a nice dark wood, which would be really, really nice, and just add a bit of character to the space. So there's this one and that one. This is the one of only 2 lights in this space, and the bulb is gone, and it's such an old lamp. I cannot find that bulb anywhere in this space. So very much in this situation, I want to replace that with maybe a picture light and do some sort of gallery wall situation here. In fact, this whole little alcove space here, I think I want to do like a sideboard, like a DIY built-in sideboard. I don't think I'd want to take it fully up to the top just because of how wonky the beams are, but I'm thinking of doing like a very nice tall sideboard here. I've seen some Billy bookcases that I think would be perfect for it, and do a nice bit of butcher block across there, and then some sort of like gallery wall situation would be great. I also think this would be a good space to put our spare TV, which is just sit in a box. There's nothing actually wrong with the TV itself, it's just tiny, and we have the big one downstairs, but I think having the smaller one up here would be great for if you want to come and chill out and watch some TV up here on your own, or, you know, just have it on in the background or something like that. Which leads me nicely over to this situation here. So you can see we've got a door, which is the door that used to be on the stairs that we took off and put into storage. And we have a load of junk. Let's put it that way, it is junk at the moment because there's no organisation to it. I think what I want to do here is, I'm contemplating building a faux wall, faux interior wall here, and just having it hidden. We've got some ease access there that we need to, you know, be able to get to if there is any need to go into the eaves or whatnot. So we definitely need to not be able to cover it. But I'm thinking if I build something across here and then do the wallpaper or the paneling, it'll be like a blank space, and I can have all this properly stacked up, or, you know, thrown away situation, and have that completely covered there. I don't know whether or not though I want to do it whereby maybe I do cubbies on the outside so it's more kind of storage that you see, or do I just do kind of like a blank wall and then do cubbies on the inside of it. But the situation is tight, so it's a lot of like tightness in terms of like putting stuff in there, and it's kind of, this is where I get a bit daunting. I can tell in my voice like I just don't know what I would put into storage there. So I definitely think I need to do something across there, but whether or not I do something like get a load of like calyxes or Ivar shelving and then get some of like really big pieces of MDF and have that kind of stapled onto the back of them, and then put, you know, the wallpaper over there, that would kind of cover it and make it look like a faux wall, but it's not. So again, that's kind of a situation I'm thinking of. We have this little bit here which has a potential DIY, well not even potential, it's a DIY project for the future but not happening now, but again it's more kind of dumping of stuff. This has a lot of the kind of things that were in the house previously, like the mirror and stuff, that I've taken down and replaced. I'm thinking here what I might want to do, again very similar, is do some sort of like hidden storage situation, but I think this is where I would want to look at maybe putting all the suitcases and stuff like that, travel stuff, you know, when you just want like an easy kind of cupboard situation to go and grab it. So I think that's maybe what I would do here, and just sort of do like a faux wall where the banner is here and stuff like that. And then that will kind of keep the openings so that, you know, if you needed to get in there you could, but also kind of keep it nice and hidden and stuff. Now I think this situation here, once this is all cleared and whatnot, I think I want to get like a day bed from IKEA. Not full price one, I think it's one that I'd look at online, like Facebook Marketplace fine, but I think it would be good to do like a little sofa situation here, and then it's a guest bed that can be pulled out if we needed to. And then I've got this chair here that I think would look great next to it, so it's sort of like seating area situation. We've got the rug there, so that'd be nice kind of here in the middle. And then I think I want to get like a chest trunk that would store sort of the bedding and stuff, and I think that would be a good little like seating situation. Plus if we've got the TV in this corner here, you know, seating to watch stuff or play games. I'm thinking of literally exiling Lee up here to play the PlayStation or something like that. So that'd be kind of that side of the situation. As I said, this will probably just be open space. This is where the drying rack is going to live. And then this leads us nicely into the desk situation. So as I mentioned, this is old desk of ours. This one will not be kept. My thinking is I want to do like an L shape. I definitely think I want to do it so that I'm facing outwards, so I'm not always just looking at a wall permanently. Like, I want to be facing outwards, but I want, if I wanted to turn in, I could turn in and then have just extra space for, like, you know, additional laptops or stuff like that. I kind of want to stick this out for another project that I will maybe talk about one day if I do go ahead with it, but that's the reason why I want to do an L shape this way as such. And what I'm thinking is doing like a built-in situation. So I'm thinking of getting some kitchen cabinets from IKEA, just the kind of carcasses, having like one there, maybe like another little one, something there in the corner, and then having it kind of stick out, maybe another one on the end here, or doing something else, and then covering it with the same butcher block that I would do with the unit behind me. So we'd create this kind of like L-shaped situation. I'd have a nice little desk space, but I'd have all this kind of like open space to be hanging out in and whatnot, and it'd just be a really nice cozy space to kind of do stuff, kind of be creative. Wow, I look bright on the screen. And this is the first time I'm wearing like a proper bright colour in a very long time. I feel so exposed. If you can't tell, if you want in a kind of time frame as to when I'm filming this, the Barbie movie has just come out, and I saw this and I thought, well, this is a really nice little blouse just to throw on. And I thought, why not let me channel my inner Barbie and throw on a bit of pink. And yeah, I've gone bright. You're also going to see this outfit in the next clip, because I'm literally about to finish this video and then start filming the other one. But literally, as I've just started to kind of gather everything together for editing the video to release, I've realised that I don't have like an ending to this. This sort of abruptly stopped. We haven't really done much, and I feel like this might be a bit of an wah-wah episode. So I do apologise. You like, that's it? That's all we got? I do apologise. It's just been a lot of stuff's going on, a lot of stuff has been happening. I'm aware in terms of the time scale of everything, like I'm coming up to my holiday. It's the first one we've been on in a really long time, so I'm fully getting prepared for it, and I'm already in holiday I'm already in holiday mode about a month out already. So a lot of things have been taken a back step, but I will say progress has been made up here in terms of, like, as you can see, I've got a bit of functional workstation. I have actually been working up here, and I have also moved forward in terms of what we're going to do with the walls, what we're going to do in terms of storage, which will be the next episode. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that, because we're going to be building some walls in a different way. I'm going to give you that sneak peek and you're going to be like, what the hell? But you all will be revealed next week, so do go and see that. But yeah, things have kind of somewhat progressed. I feel a lot clearer. I think looking back at the videos as I've been organising to edit, I mean, like, I had no clue a couple of weeks ago as to what I was going to do with this space. I'm fully aware now what I am kind of going forward to doing and stuff like that. So I'm going to give you a final look. I feel like it will be very similar to last time, but I think it will help with things moving forward. And then we are going to sign off, and then I'm going to pick the camera right back up again, and we're going to go straight into me filming the next episode. So let me show you around and then I'll sign off. I'm going to apologise for the light. It is a glorious sunny day, but it keeps coming in and out of clouds, so it may all change. This, you can see, this is very much like dumped situation up here. But I have a clear path going forward of what I'm going to do in this space, so I'm excited to kind of start that section. You'll notice as well I brought these up. Now these are the spare Ivar shelves from when we did our basement makeover downstairs. I'll link that in the description box below. They've sort of inspired me as to what I'm going to do up here, so that's kind of your sneak peek as to what is happening in this space. I've also come to a conclusion with these lights that, I don't know if I spoke about this, but I was thinking of doing a pendant, but I don't actually think, in terms of the ceiling, like even there's not really anywhere to install it where it's not going to be on a wonky angle. So I'm looking at some actual just wall lights from Amazon, something cheap and cheerful, or even just like actual kind of flush mount, like sconces, not sconces, like boob lights essentially, but just prettier ones than these ones. So that's kind of the project for the next episode. As I mentioned, ooh, tripping over a dog toy. But yes, I've kind of had a little mini setup here. So Dash is now no longer afraid of the stairs. He was very afraid of the stairs, but now he actually realizes he can go up and down. So he's got a little dog bed here where he'll sit with me and just like try and chill as I'm working. Got the air purifier there with, I don't know if I ever really showed these off, the crazy wall sockets that are like in the skirting board and difficult to plug most stuff in. But yes, I've set my desk situation up here. I am using a travel suitcase as a footrest, and I need to get a proper one. And that's kind of on the long list of things to buy later on once I build the desk situation over here. Got the fan because it is hot up here. And then yeah, you can see where I set up. I kind of put MacBook, sorry, to one side, playing like Gilmore Girls in the background working, and then my work laptop goes there, and then have that situation there. And I've been using the chair and it's been lovely. And then yeah, funny enough, this here is the drying rack because it dries so quickly, especially when it's been raining, but warm in a weird way. So we have a feeling that that's going to be the permanent place of all the drying stuff, which is absolutely fine. There, you know, we need space like this in our home. Can't always have like magical laundry rooms where we can lock them away, so it's fine. It won't always be out until winter time, and I'll remove it for shots. I am going to work on this situation later. I feel like I'm just going to have to just rip all that paper off, but how much is going to come off, I don't know. And I definitely need to work on that situation shortly, which again I think is just going to be, it's hard to say what I'm going to do with this. But I'm going to rip what's already kind of peeled off and just do something with it. But yeah, that's where we are. And yeah, let me sign off. Okay, so yeah, as I mentioned, I've got the wall situation sorted. I now know where I'm going forward with the wall, so I'm very excited with that. I'm literally going to go and purchase more of the Ivar stuff literally today because they're actually on sale at the moment. The offer ends literally on Monday at the end of August. So I'm going to go and get myself to IKEA now just so I can actually save some money on that. It's going to be so expensive in terms of just like spending money, but it's going to make everything really nice and neat, and it's stuff that we can move to our, you know, forever home when we need it, because who doesn't need storage? So I'm excited for those things to kind of get started now. As I said, I've got a clear idea now what I'm doing with lights and stuff, and I think once these bits kind of come into play, it's going to slowly get there. I think once all that stuff like to my left is hidden, I'm going to feel so much better about this space. And I think it's just because there's so much stuff and I don't know what I'm doing with it. That's what's been really kind of like tough in terms of like getting moving forward and stuff. And I will say now, there's going to be a bit of a choppiness in terms of the video. So as I mentioned, I've got my holiday coming up. I'm going to get the holiday content out for you guys kind of the week after we come back. So quick turnaround editing time, but confident I can do it. I probably will edit one of them on the plane, and then that's literally it, done and dusted. If I take my MacBook with me, who knows? I'm still not there. We haven't decided. I'm just still organising the holiday wardrobe. But yeah, you're gonna have like this video, another room makeover video, a break with travel, and then we're gonna go back into things. But yeah, hopefully lots will progress during that time. I'll have all the content backed up, ready to go. What's happening with my arms? But yeah, I'm very excited. This is going to be a long kind of DIY project just because, as I've spoken about before, we're just waiting for funds to come into place. We're waiting just to obviously do the stuff, and it's all going to be good. So I am really excited to be working on this. So I've rambled on more than enough in this video, I already know. So I'm going to sign off here and say thank you guys for watching. Again, if it's a bit of a wah episode, I do apologise, but hopefully, you know, like sometimes it's nice to see the realism, there we go, you know, just to see what actually goes into a renovation. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Like there's these bits where you just sit on the floor and go, I have no clue what I'm doing in here, etc, etc. So yeah, I'm excited to sort of like show you that bit and just show you the realism, and like sometimes it's just not affordable to just kind of go in with a full room makeover and get it done and dusted in this situation. So yeah, tune in if you're looking forward to seeing more, you know, subscribe, like this video if you did like it, leave a comment and stuff like that. And yeah, I will see you guys very, very soon, literally in about 5 seconds, but you know what I mean. Anyway, have a lovely rest of your week guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.